Wow. Okay. Alright, Lawlers, welcome to the Yorick for Dummies gameplay commentary here. This is going to be in follow-up to the Yorick Champion Guide for Beginners that was posted on the channel, so if you haven't checked that out, go for that first maybe before you check this one out. But if you're already kind of a Yorick player, you know the ins and outs, some of the basics, then give this one a watch, and hopefully we can walk through how to win a game at a very basic level without being a Yorick expert. That's what these videos are going to be all about. How you can kind of jump into games and play at a decent level without having to have too much knowledge of the champ specifically, or kind of outplay at a super high mechanical level. So we're going to pick up the Corrupting Potion here before we head to lane. We are against, it looks like, an Ezreal with Grasp of the Undying top laner, which is pretty annoying. I actually like that that combo top lane. It's pretty annoying and pretty nice to play. So it's going to be a tough matchup for us. He can poke us a lot. We're going to have to make sure we land our skill shots, which is kind of Yorick's bread and butter to playing him well. You got to be able to land your EW combos into some auto attacks and Qs while you have ghouls up. So a lot of things to orchestrate together to kind of really win trades effectively. If you can do that, you're going to have a good time. You're going to win the trade. If you can't, not so much. The good thing about playing Yorick top as opposed to another melee fighter top laner is our E is kind of like a ranged slow. So if we do get that down, the ghouls will jump quite far and damage Ezreal. So we do have the chance to damage this guy from far away if we play our skill shots well. So until that point, I'm going to let him push a little bit. Again, before level 3, similar to many assassins, you can see we're going to get chunked hard if we stay up to lane, even if we're not close to lane. So I'm going to just try and stay within experience range and pick up some last hits if we can for not too much damage. But this guy's really chunking us. He's doing a good job of pushing us. He's level 2 now, so we're going to have to respect that. Really, we're going to have to wait till level 3 and play off of kind of a turret bounce of the wave to do that. What I mean by that is we got to let him push this in. If someone's auto-attacking you or hitting the wave like that, they're going to get pushed in, and then we're going to try and maybe kill them off this wave in a second. Okay? So now we're going to pick up our level 2. Hopefully we get level 3 soon off this. We don't want to eat too many auto attacks while we're doing this. It's going to be really tough because I still want to get a few last hits and maybe be able to get our Graves up here in a second. So we're going to get the Graves up. See, that's the hard part about playing Yorick, right? If we hit that E there, we actually probably would have brought up to half health with the ghouls that we had up. We did not, so we're going to have to play patient again until we get some more ghouls up. Very, very tough to play this into a ranged if you miss your skills. So he's trading into us here while we do have a wave, so it's actually not horrible for us here. If the Nocturne comes up, I'll try and land my E even without the ghouls just to slow this guy down. But I really just want to try and concentrate on getting this. Okay. Just missed it. Can still land the W here. Okay, that's good. I mean, we got his dash out. Is he going to kill him? Is he going to kill him? Oh, is he going to flash for it? Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. So, I mean, that's kind of how you want to play Yorick into the tougher matchups. You're going to have to get pushed in and wait for level 3. Now, like I said, if I landed some of those Qs there, it would have been a lot better of an opportunity for us to solo kill. We didn't. So, oops. Look at what we have here. We're going to put the cage down first and now throw the E out. Now we'll attack this guy in here. He's forced to leave. You can see there, when we land the E and W and we can start to smack them, and if we have ghouls, we'll win trades. It's just you have to make sure you land those first. So we're not doing anything crazy here. If I miss an E, I'm going to back off. And if I don't have my 3 basic abilities, or I don't have them off cooldown, I'm really not going to try and tango with an Ezreal. Or any champ for that matter. If he lets me walk up, I'll try. Now we're going to have to try and dodge some skill shots here and back off, right? We do not want to play extended trades with people when we don't have our ghouls. He used that now, so I'm going to just cage him in there and let him take some minion damage. If we had ghouls up again, that would have been great. Unfortunately, you have to kill enemy minions to get those ghouls, so we're kind of in a tough spot until then. It's a good chance to back here and pick up. I might build towards the steel caps first, just to try and minimize some of the damage that I'm going to be taking from this dude. I'm going to have to TP back into lane here to grab this. Again, what you're looking for at a basic level into some of these tougher matchups is you don't want to take too much harass. You want to let the wave push into your turret. Even if it means you miss some CS, that's fine. It's no big deal. Let the wave push in and then try and combo off when you can, okay? Play to your strengths. Our strengths are not trying to fight an Ezreal up in lanes. You can see even here I'm backing off, right? Making sure that I have an opportunity to grab some of these last hits and then get my ghouls up. It sucks. It's really tough mentally knowing that this guy gets to do what he wants. Okay, there we go. We landed the E. That should deal a good amount of damage to him. And now we're just going to have to try and fight in this minion wave. We still have the wave on our side. So I'll try and land another E just to damage him a little bit there. Let him know that, hey man, I'm not afraid to fight if you want to go here. Try and buy me a little bit of distance here. But he's playing very aggressively. We're going to try and land our Q here. Okay, one more ghoul and we're good to go here. So I'm going to pop one of these potions here a little bit preemptively. Here we go. Land the E, missed the E. We're going to try and make him use his E. Okay, that's fine. The cool thing is we have Maiden now. Now I'm going to use the Maiden here just to push this wave in, and then I want to reset, okay? So big part of playing Yorick well is using your Maiden well. Now the way I'm going to use it here is I'm going to use it just to help me push waves in and then back. My wave push is going to be so much stronger than Ezreal's, okay? So it's going to be different in your games in different matchups, but just try and understand how you are better than the enemy champion, okay? And it's a little bit tougher to do with Yorick because he's kind of a more specialized champ, but just try and understand basically how are you better, okay? If I have 3-4 ghouls up and I trap somebody in a cage, I'm probably going to win that trade now, right? If I don't, I'm probably going to lose it. So don't look for losing trades. With kind of my whole kit available to me now, how am I better than this Ezreal? Well, the dude's an auto attack champ. He doesn't have wave clear really, and he doesn't have a huge amount of attack speed that he can just spam right now. So what does that mean? I'm going to just push waves and recall on this dude and just get my money like that. If he wants to fight or he wants to step up, I'm going to punish him with my E and W combo. Now I'm going to back off now so the Maiden comes back. I want to be ahead of the Maiden. Very basic stuff, right? And now every time I kill a minion, it's going to kind of spawn another ghoul for me, which is going to be great. This guy wants to step up, I will throw minions out at him. Okay? And I'm going to back off again now. You can see him backing off and pulling the Maiden back. Alright? You have to be smart with this champion at just a very basic trade level. We can't let him kill the minions, or sorry, the Maiden, because then we lose the ability to push these waves and lose our advantage. So we need to make sure we keep the Maiden alive. Even if it means we back off and miss some CS for a little bit. Right? Orchestrate your push like this, build up the minion wave, get your ghouls, and now we can just auto push again. So he has 53 farm. He was really bullying us in the early game, but check this out now. Now we're going to be able to push these waves in no problem. Our ghouls are last hitting everything. We're using our Q to auto attack reset. Okay? Now if we have a cannon in this wave, we can push this even harder. We have a few ghouls. So we're going to take one plate here, and then we're going to back off because I do not want the Maiden to die. Please don't die. He's going to try and stop it here. If we landed that, that would have been great. So we didn't back off early enough. I honestly thought Ezreal was down low when I checked the minimap. I thought he was in the bot near Dragon, so I thought we were okay to push. In any case, you can see here, we've pushed the lane again. We're going to go back and spend almost another 1,000 gold. If the Maiden was still alive, even better, we would have been in a great spot there. It's not, you know, boo-hoo, such is life, but that's just even better for this video. It's going to show you guys you don't have to play at a master tier level, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys will have your Maiden of the Mist die, or die to the turret, or die to a champion because you're not going to control it properly. That's fine. But what does that mean for us now? Okay, we lose some of that push power until it's back up. So what do we default to? How do we win? What's our strength right now? Well, if we land an EW with some ghouls, so we got to go back to that. Even if it means we give up some CS and we don't take too much poke, we're going to have to do that. So I'm going to use the Q to build up some of these minions. Right? And then we're going to try and land a combo on this guy. Wow, already half health. You can see here, even the way I'm playing right now, because I have my steel caps, I thought I was a little bit more tanky. We're really not that tanky. Okay, now we land that. Now we're going to deal a little bit of damage and make him back off, okay? So let's just keep sticking to the game plan, playing kind of passively until we have our EQ, just trying to get last hits when we can, and then get these three ghouls up and see if we can do some work, okay? So we need one more here to at least spawn 3, and then we'll try a little trade on him. Okay, you missed, that's okay, but at least we have some ghouls built up now. We can probably push this wave effectively. I'm going to throw my W out preemptively here, just to see if I can make him use his E if I trapped him. Couldn't land it there. I'm just trying to push, right? My push is stronger than his, so if I can get some ghouls up, I can push this guy out and just keep going back and buying on him. Okay? Do I have more items in him right now? I mean, he's got a tier. Like, damage-wise, I'm definitely a little bit ahead of him here. But I need some ghouls before I can do something effectively. I also only have 30 seconds till my maiden's up. So we want to play for those power spikes in lane, right? Okay, I'm going to try and throw out my W first this time. Okay, he uses E, that's fine. I was going to say, you know, it's really tough to hit the skill shot on Ezreal with the E because of his mobility and his E. So I was going to try and just see if I can catch him in a W, maybe bait out his E first and then land mine. But check this out. Now we're going to have Maiden in a couple seconds. So we're going to use the Maiden here. And I want to get a push. Okay, this guy is attacking me. I'm going to have to flash just to dodge that. I have my E in a few seconds, so I want to keep running in this. If not, we're just going to push this. Land the E. Okay, this guy's in trouble now. He's actually in trouble. Okay, we're going to back off again. I want to keep the Maiden alive. We're going to back off with the Maiden here very preemptively. We want to keep it alive for the push, okay? Now that's behind me, we can push again. We have some ghouls, even Nocturnes up here. It's perfect. We can just push this in. We have a cannon in this wave. This is what we're waiting for. Very patient. We're waiting for this push here to really farm the turret plates and get gold, okay? I mentioned the beginner guide really as Yorick. You're farming turrets and plates. You're really not trying to farm champion kills. You can see in this lane here, we're really not even, you know, entertaining the idea of killing the Ezreal. It's really just getting that push off, okay? So we're about to lose our ghouls, so I'm going to back off with the Maiden. Okay, it's great that he's still there, but again, my Maiden would take all of this damage here, so I don't want to lose the Maiden. We'll just step in now and grab that turret. We'll push this in one more, and then we'll head back. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just head to the bush here, so that Ezreal can't stop my back. And then we'll get out of here. So the Maiden, remember, comes back with your recalls and heals off the recall as well, so make sure you bring her back with you. And again, what keeping the Maiden alive does for us here is it lets us keep pushing waves into, you know, that type of a matchup where that's what we want to do. We're never really going to out-trade this Ezreal in a straight-up fight unless we really snowball ahead of him. But what we can do is outpush the guy really, really hard and keep the Maiden alive so that he really can't choose to engage with us. If we have a Maiden up and 4 ghouls and our E and Q and W up, the guy will have a problem trying to trade into us, right? But still what we prefer is to take down those turrets. It's worth more gold and it's more consistent, as Yorick, who's a split pusher. So we don't have any ghouls yet, but we have the Maiden, so we're going to just knock this down. And then if this guy wants to step up, he can. I'm happy to trade with this guy now, but what we need to watch out for is where Lee Sin is, okay? I have a sneaky suspicion Lee Sin could be up here looking for me after we killed these guys last time. So I'm going to be a bit more liberal with my E now, just because if he doesn't use his E, he will die to this now. So see how he uses E? So that's fine. Now this guy will die if he wants to fight me, okay? So when your Maiden's up, just again, try and protect your Maiden a little bit with even your own self-body blocking, because you want to keep that ultimate up, okay? So Lee Sin's mid, now we can be a little bit more liberal with this here. As soon as a minion line comes up here, I'm going to try and land my E. I have a good amount of ghouls. I'll get one more here, and I'm going to try and land my E. I'll put my W out again, so he's forced to use his. Okay, there we go, perfect. Again, you can see here, I'm really not winning the 1v1 against them, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing, I'm getting gold, and I'm forcing him to stick in lane. And as the game develops, we can start to roam off and do some different things now if we keep him in that lane. So one of the things you do is come here and grab some fruit. Okay, we could come over here and try and do this rift, which we will try. So the Maiden's going to help us out here a little bit. If he shows up, we might have to back off. So I'm just, yeah, he knows we're here, so I'm actually going to just start to back off right now. Okay, no, he's top farming minions again. Someone knows we're here, and our Maiden's about to die. It was tanking that. We're probably going to lose her now. We just want to keep running it. I mean, we're going to have to give that up, but I need the maiden alive. So what are we going to do? We're going to recall here with the maiden. We can always TP back to top or TP to bot and try and take down some more turrets. I would probably put the preference on TPing bot here just because dragon's up and that's where we want to go. And we now have our divine surrender and 15-25 more gold. So let's pick that up. We could TP top, but I'm just going to TP bot and start putting pressure on bot and pick up that dragon. Oops, come on. Pick up that dragon or pick up this turret here. So I'm just going to TP here with the maiden. These guys are dying mid, so I just want to put as much pressure as I can on this. We have a minion wave coming in behind me. This should be a pretty effective turret here that we're going to grab. Just knock this down and then go help the dragon. Okay, so we have a cannon, we have some ghouls in this wave. That means our maiden's not at risk of dying to anything. These guys are hanging out mid, and if they go to dragon, probably going to lose that fight. We're not going to be able to do it without our jungler anyway. So all I'm looking to do here is, again, maximize what I'm good at. I have a turret here in front of me. I have a cannon. I have some ghouls. I have my demolish. I just want to pop down this turret as hard as I can right now. I know these guys are fighting. But look, see? Now we took that turret down. Now we can join the fight. Okay, so now I'm going to come in from this side and join the fight. Maybe I won't because they lost, so I'm actually just going to path mid here and see if I can push mid and get that turret. They might get dragon off this. That's fine. One dragon is not the end of the world. And if we get 2 turrets off this or even get mid off this, I think it's worth, in my opinion. So we're going to push this pretty hard. Again, we have another cannon in this wave. We're going to have some ghouls. We have some ghouls, so now we can push this turret and get this turret too. Okay, so these guys are, you can see their team's prioritizing the dragon. That's fine. It's not a dragon soul or anything like that in my mind. She wants to step up. She's going to have some ghouls to deal with. I'm going to back off now really hard so that the maiden tries to follow. Can't get it. Didn't see Seraphine coming in to help her that quick, so that's fine. We'll lose her again. Again, you guys are going to lose her a lot in your games. This guy's here. We probably want to just back off and wait for our team to engage on this super hard. There we go. Nice, guys. Okay, so now we can come here and get the dragon. If she's going to stay there, we're just going to have to try and help her a little bit. Land that. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about flashing and queuing that. I just don't think we have the damage to do it, and I didn't want to flash into 3 people. I'd rather play to my strength and get my ghouls here and use my ghouls to push. Okay, there we go. Put some ghouls on her and then back off. Okay, perfect. So not too bad. We're going to try and see if we can just make sure this Ezreal doesn't do too much here. You can use the... oh gosh. You can use the cage, the baby cage, effectively to also get yourself a retreat, right? A disengage if you need to. It's not always an engage tool. And I think there we needed to just to make sure we didn't die. Alright, after all those shenanigans, what am I doing? I'm keeping an eye on my ultimate because that's a big part of my kit and, you know, really the identity of my playstyle. So I'm keeping an eye on that so I know when I can start going back to my strategy of pushing waves and taking towers, right? Farming towers as my kills. I already have 3, and I have 3 assists actually, so we're doing a pretty good job of making an impact on this game. 2,200 gold. Perfect to jump back and start building into another item here. Now, in the shop, again, with Yorick's itemization, it's very, I guess, flexible. So you can start to build into whatever items you want after you get this Divine Surrender. But I'm going to build in Dead Man's this game just because we are against a lot of attack damage, auto attack damage, kind of kiting champ. So I want the Dead Man's plate for the move speed, the armor, the health, all that good stuff. Okay, now I could run towards Rift here and join in that fight, but is Yorick a better split pusher than team fighter? Yes, he is, and we're doing a good job with the maiden pushing towers and forcing people to respond to us or giving up towers, and it's working, I think, so far in this game quite well. So what does that mean we're going to do? We're going to pop the maiden, and we're going to start to push, baby, like we do all game, okay? We're going to use our strength. We got the ghouls coming up. We got the maiden, and we're going to start pushing, okay? If these guys don't respond to us, that means our team's going to get that rift up there, okay? So if you're playing a split pusher and you have TP it's a really good idea to play the opposite side lane to whatever major objective is up on the map, so that if people come and respond to you, you can jump off with a TP and help your team grab that objective. Now, keeping an eye on this, we see 4 champs mid. No one's coming for us still. I suspect if we get past this point here of the tier 2 turret, we're going to have some people coming to us. So I'm going to start to back off now and bring the maiden with me, because I don't want to get collapsed on and lose the maiden. At this point, I will recall and help in the mid lane, just because we're kind of outnumbered now and I've pushed this all the way in. Okay? There's no harm in pushing all the way to turrets at tier 3 and then backing off to help your team in team fights. We're losing a lot of gold and XP by not picking that up there. Alright, and if we do that over a few minutes, we're going to start to eke our team ahead further and further. See here, if we join a team fight and these guys stay kind of overcommitted because they never expect us to be here, we might pick up a good win. So we're going to try and E her, missed her, that's okay. Again, back off, your E's on cooldown. We want to make sure we play towards our strengths. Bot's pretty pushed in. The next turret that we can hit is kind of mid or top. We'll stay mid just because our Vayne is already top right now. So we'll push this in halfway. Don't see any enemy champs, so now I'm going to start the path to flank top. Okay, very basic stuff here. I'm just choosing very basic decisions. You push things in past halfway, and we're going to run up with Yorick here and see if we can get a flank off. We should be able to successfully get here before they back off, unless we get stunned. Okay, we hit our slow on her. Oh, we almost trapped her. We can still run her down, though. I don't think she can kite me out that hard because I still do have my E. There we go. Perfect. And we had the maiden helping us there too. Okay, so now that we're up here and we have ghouls and maiden, what are we going to do? We're going to push. Now, we only have ghouls. I need to wait for another minion wave before I risk my maiden getting hit by that tower. So I'm just going to come over here and help this guy farm this out and clear it. And now we can come in. So when you're pushing waves with Yorick, very basic thing is how many ghouls and do you have a cannon in your wave so your maiden doesn't take those turret shots. All those conditions are met right now, so this is going to be a pretty liberal push on this tower. We should be able to knock it down before anyone even gets here. Just keeping an eye when that cannon and the ghoul goes so that we don't take damage from the maiden. Okay, we're going to try and walk her out here. If we can't get her out, that's fine. I'm going to try and use an E. Okay, maybe not. Didn't have to. They kind of gave up on the chase. But you can see how the leash of this maiden, how it follows you, is very kind of saggy. It's very laggy. It's not very responsive. So you really have to treat the maiden like she's your low elo kind of buddy who's just jumping into the game and following you around a bit. Okay? Can't expect too much from her off the start. You're really going to have to guide it and make sure that she is kind of doing the things that you want to do. So now Dragon's up. We have TP again. We have a nice Baron buff to help our push. What are we going to do? We're going to side lane push, and we're going to join the fight only if we need to. And even if they get that Dragon, right? Like, I don't even need to join that fight. In my mind, what's better than that Dragon right now is an inhib. Okay? So I want to push this and get this inhib. Okay, they got the drag. Whoop-de-doo. I can almost just ignore this Ezreal. I don't know why I'm taking damage. Oh, no. Minions. 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 Oh, did he just screw up here? No, the maiden! I screwed up with the maiden. Okay, so that's fine. We're still doing pretty good here. We're still taking this tower. We misplayed a bit there with the maiden. I wasn't sure why we started taking damage from this guy. So we're just going to try and poke him out here. If he wants to fight in this wave, I think we still win this. That's fine. So I have Flash and I have W. If he uses E aggressively here and he gets stuck in my W, we can kill him. Or if he uses E, I can just Flash and Q and kill him. So I'm trying to build up some ghouls. And now we're going to walk in and take this turret down. Demolish always helps proc things down a bit quicker. Now we have that. I'm going to put the cage... Oh, I put the cage down preemptively there. I'm going to have to start to walk back because this guy can kite me all the way to death if I don't be careful. But I want to stay here to keep these minions empowered. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. I think I die here. Okay, we're going to recall here. This is a good spot to recall. Okay, never mind. The team finally decided to come and help me top on this turret. Okay, so that should be game, guys. So you can see here, just from the wrap-up here, 0 kills, 0 deaths, 6 assists, and we did take down a very large amount of towers, okay? I'm just going to hang out here to let this wave push in a little bit more here. We can throw down a W preemptively just to keep her there. Take that other turret down, and we'll just recall here to kind of seal the deal. I don't want to die with these guys. We can always TP it back in. We'll pick up the Dead Man's Plate. I'll start building towards the Force of Nature now just because it's the next highest recommended item here. We can drop that off. But yeah, guys, like you can see here, right, we didn't really interact that much with enemy champions unless we were flanking or it was kind of to push the wave and just soak up some damage. So pretty easy game. I didn't do anything crazy there. No big outplays, but pretty handed win. Took down a lot of turrets and did our job well. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know if you have some good success with Yorick.